The purpose of a trailer is to get a viewer interested in a movie. It's supposed to give the viewer an understanding of who the main character is, the genre, and the tone of the movie. But now that movies cost so much, marketers have to use everything they possibly can to get you in the theater. One of the most predominant issues with trailers is that they show way too much of the movie's plot. Batman v Superman's second trailer is one of the worst I've seen in giving too much away. The trailer basically goes through the movie in chronological order and gives you the entire movie in a 3-minute package. Why did I even pay for my ticket? They give the initial reasons for fighting, they introduce Lex Luthor, which immediately lets the audience know that Batman and Superman won't fight each other the entire movie, and shows that they fight each other, which is what everyone wanted to see and the biggest part of the trailer, but it's at this point that it really goes downhill. We see that Lex Luthor is creating a monster, and then they reveal Doomsday, the real villain of the climax, in the trailer, showing the audience that the movie they really want to see isn't coming. Instead, we get a boring Man of Steel type fight scene that lasts way too long of Batman and Superman fighting Doomsday. And to top it all off, they throw in a reveal of Wonder Woman. And if you watch the movie, that's it. That's the whole movie. You get the whole thing in this trailer. In Captain America Civil War's trailer, they try to make the audience think they reveal too much, and they did, but not in the way that they thought. Confusing? Let me explain. In the trailer we see War Machine shot and fall out of the sky, then a shot of Iron Man holding his body like he's dead. It's intended for us to assume that he dies in this movie, but anyone with half a brain realizes that putting the death of a character in the trailer is a bad idea. So everyone just knew that War Machine didn't die here. They tried to throw the audience off balance, but it was too obvious what they were doing. The last example I have is Room. This is a great movie and I recommend you watch it, but I'm so glad I went into it without watching the trailer. The trailer begins at the climax of the movie and goes forward. It really takes the intensity out of the climax if you watch the trailer before watching the movie, because you have no doubt as to what happens to the characters. It's a good movie, but it would have been completely ruined by its trailer. Another big issue I've noticed is that many trailers will change tone just to relate to as many audiences as possible, or to save a trailer that everyone hated. The Ghostbusters reboot is trying desperately to turn around the initial opinions of fans with the new trailer. The first trailer was specifically comedic, mostly preying on nostalgia, but with the anger that came against it, the second trailer had more dark moments and felt more like an action movie. Which makes me wonder, what will the actual tone of the movie be? Will it be as confused as its trailers, or are the trailers just confused? Either way, I'm not looking forward to it. But sometimes you don't notice the trailer was completely wrong until watching the movie. Did any of you see the trailer for Drive before watching the movie? I hope you didn't. The trailer depicts a movie that feels like a Fast and Furious knockoff starring Ryan Gosling. What you actually get is a phenomenally well-directed and acted crime drama. Also, the cinematography is awesome. This is an annoying practice because the point of a trailer is to give an initial glimpse into the actual movie. And if your trailer feels nothing like the movie, then what's the point? People who went to see Drive expecting another Fast and Furious were disappointed. And many who may have really enjoyed the movie probably stayed home. But now I've come to what I consider as the worst thing that movie trailers have been doing recently. Vision or dream sequences. When I first watched the teaser for Avengers Age of Ultron, I noticed a short clip at the end that really got me excited. It was just a few frames of what looked like Thor's lifeless hand and a Captain America shield that had been ripped apart. This was crazy to me because I thought it was going to give a glimpse of just how powerful Ultron was. But watching the movie, it wasn't what I expected. It was just a vision of Tony Stark brought on by Scarlet Witch. Now I wasn't too disappointed. This is one of the things that makes Scarlet Witch interesting, so I let it slide. But then I watched the trailer for Star Wars The Force Awakens. The trailer shows Kylo Ren and his knights standing in the rain surrounded by bodies. I was so pumped for this scene. I had so many questions and I felt like it really made me want to watch the movie. Who were the bodies? Where is this at? Are these the Padawans? Was Kylo a Padawan turned evil? I was so excited for a scene that would never come. But for this movie, it doesn't end there. There's a shot of R2 and a cloaked figure standing in front of something burning. This was the other shot that hyped me up for this movie. Is that Luke? What are they looking at? Does it have anything to do with the Jedi Academy? But if you watch the movie, you find out that both shots, arguably the most interesting shots of the trailer, are just part of Rey's vision. I was extremely disappointed when I found out that the scenes I was most excited for were just added as a gimmick to get people in seats. The most recent movie I saw this in was X-Men Apocalypse. This movie changed it a bit, but it's still the same basic thing. In the trailer we see Apocalypse grow in size and fling Xavier across the room. But this doesn't actually happen. It happens in their mind battle. Nice try, X-Men, that doesn't make it better. It actually makes it worse for the movie's climax, because instead of actually having any sort of thought out fight, the movie just gives us this drawn out mind argument / battle which ends very predictably. All of this to say that the problem isn't having dream sequences in a movie. There are many movies that use a dream or vision to help move the plot or to help the audience understand a character better. The problem is specifically adding a sequence to create hype in a trailer without the payoff in the movie. So what's an example of a trailer done right? American Sniper. This movie has one of the best trailers I have seen in a long time. It starts off with a scene from the movie. As the scene intensifies, the trailer cuts to other parts of the movie, showing us that this isn't only a war movie, it's about what happens back home too. And then the trailer builds to the climax, and instead of the payoff, we get the title screen. I've never wanted to see a movie more. It doesn't even give us the climax of a single scene. What the movie did was give the main character, setting, tone, and theme of the movie in 2 minutes without spoiling anything. It's brilliantly done, and it sparked a lot of conversation on what should be done in the type of situation displayed in the trailer. It did its job without hurting the movie. But trailers like American Snipers are few and far between. Trailers are trying so hard to get people in seats that they hurt the movie in the process. Why should I have sat through the 2.5 hours of Batman v Superman? I knew everything that was going to happen. Why should I go see a movie if I'm not even sure it will be the same thing I saw in the trailer? Why should I go see a movie that is going to add a dream sequence to show something I'd much rather watch than let me down? Thanks for watching.